Hi, everyone. Hi, my viewers and the regular participants, those who like to learn English, those who like to speak English fluently, and those who like to write English elegantly are being requested to participate, to join my class. I know that HS examination, West Bengal Council of Higher Secondary Examination is conducting class 12 third semester final examination, and that is why some of my students are very busy reading. But those who are preparing themselves to sit for any competitive examination for job like PSC, SSC, rail, bank, post office, and many other offices in the corporate offices may join the class, because today's topic of discussion is phrasal verb. And what is phrasal verb? I have already discussed that phrasal verb means verb plus adverbial particle. Verb plus adverbial particle, and they jointly suggest or express a single meaning. I gave you some examples. For example, switch off the light. Switch off the light. That means the light must be switched off and it has a single meaning, no other thing. Stand up. So stand is verb and up is actually not preposition but adverbial particle. Up here is actually acting as an adverb, but it is the particle, small particle, and both stand and up suggest the single meaning, just to stand. But if I say stand up on the bench, just you should have the first-hand knowledge about phrasal verb. Otherwise, you won't be able to keep all the phrasal verbs in your mind. However, you may say stand up on the bench. So on here is preposition and stand up is actually phrasal verb, because stand is verb and up is adverbial particle. Similarly, switch off the light. Switch off, switch on, etc. However, my request is that those who have joined my live class, my live streaming, are being requested to like, at least to comment and subscribe my channel An Easy Step to English Grammar. Whatever may be the case, my today's topic of discussion is phrasal verb with C. I have already given it in the title, and from my experience as an English teacher for about 37 years, I am giving you the most important and used in daily conversation, writing good English, etc. My phrasal verbs start or begin with C. My first phrasal verb is call by. I have made a lesson plan. I have written with my own hand. I have picked up the most important phrasal verbs. My first phrasal verb is call by. My dear students, my friends, my participants, you may take down the notes, the sentences I am giving you, because phrasal verb is also very important in your WBCS examination, that is PSC, West Bengal Civil Service, IAS, Indian Administrative Service, etc. My first item is call by. What is call by? Call by means, actually I have given the meaning to, and then I have made sentences with the phrasal verbs. Clear? To pay a visit to a place, person, etc. for a brief time. For a brief time, you may pay a visit to a place or a person. Clear? For example, on my way to school, I shall call by my old grandfather. On my way to school, I shall call by my old grandfather. That means I will meet my grandfather for a brief time. Clear? Call by. Now my second item is call for. I will give you many phrasal verbs on C, and then I will give you the most important phrasal verbs a night. And if you ask me to give you the most important phrasal verbs in a synopsis, I may do that. Okay? Please say me hi so that I may know who are my participants, who are my well-wishers, and who are listening to the live streaming. Clear? Call for. Call for means require or read, interference. Actually, call for means require or need interference. Clear? We had to call for the police. We had to call for the police because the ruffians broke into our house. Because the ruffians broke into our house. Call for. So what is the meaning of call for? Call for means require or need the interference of somebody. Clear? Call for. Now call in. Call in. If you do not write all these words in your notebook, you will forget them, and again you will have to follow the live streaming or video later. Clear? Please tell your friends, your relatives, and others that I am live streaming on phrasal verbs, the most important part of your examination. Clear? Call in. Call in means to ask for services. To ask for services of somebody. To ask for services of somebody. That is call in. Clear? For example, the patient is in a critical position. The patient is in a very critical condition. Please call in our doctor. Please call in our doctor. Remember that when you are using phrasal verb in a sentence, you will have to use in such a manner that everybody can understand the meaning of the phrasal verb, or the examiner can easily comprehend the meaning of the phrasal verb. It must be explained in your sentence. Clear? Now call off. Call off. OFF. What is the meaning of call off? Call off means to postpone or to cancel. To postpone or to cancel. Clear? For example, the match was called off. The match was called off because it started raining. The match was called off because it started raining. That means the match was postponed or cancelled. Clear? I don't know how many of you are listening to the live streaming on phrasal verbs, and I request all of you to subscribe my channel and Easy Step to English Grammar. This is my request, and my advice is to note down the phrasal verbs I am discussing. Clear? In a sentence, remember that I am using the phrasal verbs in a sentence. Clear? Call on or upon, both are correct. Call on or upon. Clear? What is the meaning of call on or upon? Actually, to invite somebody to speak. To invite somebody to speak. Clear? The chairman should be called on to deliver a speech. The chairman should be called on to deliver a speech. Clear? Okay? Call out. What is the meaning of call out? Call out means to ask somebody to come for emergency service. To come for emergency service. Clear? Please call out the fire brigade to extinguish the blaze. Please call out the fire brigade to extinguish the blaze. Call up. Call up means to remember. Call up means to remember. What is the use of call up? For example, I call up my childhood memories. I call up my childhood memories when I sit by the window. When I sit by the window, I call up my childhood memories. So I have given you 7 phrasal verbs, most important phrasal verbs. I have used them in the sentences. I have given you the meanings and many things. And I have explained in such a manner that you will be able to use in your daily conversation, in your writing good English, etc. Thanking all of you. Good night. I think some or many are engaged in their HS studies because their examination is going on. Good night. Stay safe, stay mellow. Like, comment, share and subscribe please.